So you know that one guy on YouTube who makes all the retard maxing videos? It's like retard maxing this, retard maxing that. Retard maxing is how you're going to get your wife, something like that. You got to wonder, how is he able to make so many videos on the exact same topic? Why is it so good? Well, I'm here to make another explanation video, I guess, on why retard maxing is so good, just like he does, but in a different way. Now, I'm going to ask you a question here. In school, you may still be in school, you may have gone to school before, but did you or do you get good grades in school, like really good grades or average grades? Or, on the other hand, did you get bad grades? Like, were you one of those students who just followed and took all the hard classes and all that, got great grades, or bad grades, and maybe you were one of the sports kids? Is kind of the stereotype that if you play sports, you probably don't get as good at grades as the smart kids. But depending on your answer to that question, you may be more prone to not think about things when you do them, to just go and do it, right? That's the sports kid F student mindset. Just go do it, right? That's why they say that F students are the inventors, because they just go do it. They don't think, is this going to work? Is this going to blah, blah, blah? They just do it. They just make it. It's not whether you're an S student or not. It's whether you just do it. Just do it. Make your dreams come true, right? With the green screen. Shia LaBeouf. Anyways, you have, on the other hand, the student who gets good grades, who's focused on their work, who's taking all the AP classes, all the college level classes, that kind of stuff. They are usually the overthinkers, right? So that's why they're not the inventors. That's why they're the ones that get the normal jobs, because they just follow the script. They go to school, they go to college, they get a whatever normal job they went to school for, and that's kind of their life. Maybe they get married, maybe have kids, I don't know, something like that. They just live a normal life. They don't invent stuff. They might be a manager one time. It just sucks. Just sucks that the smart kids get screwed over. But then that makes you question, don't the sports guys that are like super stupid and stuff, don't they like end up being like alcoholics and fat and all that later on in life? Isn't that like what the movies show? The smart kid eventually figures out something and gets the girl and the job, and the sports guy that was being a bully or whatever and on top of the world in high school it turns out to be fat and drunk and whatever. Sure, that could be how it is, but that's not always how it is. Sometimes, a lot of the times, the dude who's stupid, the dude who retard maxes, the dude who doesn't think too much or even think at all about what he's doing, makes it. All of the rich people in the world, all of them, all of the ones at the top, they retard maxed. They just went and did it. They didn't think about it too much, right? Elon Musk, he's smart because he just went and read a bunch of books. Otherwise, he'd be stupid, right? What's his name? The Facebook guy, Mark Zuckerberg, the lizard. He just went and he was a smart kid, but he did a dumb kid thing. He did a retard maxing thing. He went and he made Facebook. He just made it. He just did it for fun. And boom. Most of the big things happen because you're retard maxing, because you are doing something that you didn't really think about too much. Even the smart people, even like Einstein, Nikola Tesla, that kind of stuff, they were just messing around. They didn't do too much research. They just did so much experiments and stuff, and they figured it out by doing. They retard maxed, and they did it so many times that it worked eventually, and they kept trying, right? Whereas the smart kid, he's just too busy thinking about it and procrastinating because he's thinking about it. He wants to make sure it's 100% good and perfect. His plan is perfect before he does it. And me, I kind of am and was one of those smart kids. Plan it out, and once the plan is good, then you do it. Now I've leaned more towards the retard maxing and the dumb and the F student, which is like, just try it out. Maybe take an hour to make a plan instead of trying to take a week or a couple days or a month to make a plan, when you could have just been trying out the plan in the first place and gotten way further along than if you started the plan in the first place. Anyways, my point is, don't go too much into the thinking side that you drown in thinking, right? And don't fly too close to the sun that you burn, right? I forgot his name. It's not Sisyphus. Sisyphus is the guy with the boulder, right? The dude who flew too close to the sun. There was another part of the story where if you flew too low, you would hit the water and drown. So you got to be in the middle somewhere. Most people are flying right next to the water. What you want to do is you want to fly high. You don't want to fly too high. You don't want to fly too low. You want to just fly in the middle somewhere, preferably the higher part of the middle, right? And if you look at this, the water is the thinking too much, right? And the sun is the retard maxing too much. F student maxing too much, not thinking too much. Or I guess not thinking enough. Not thinking at all is the sun, and then thinking too much is the water. You want to be in the middle. You want to have a plan, at least somewhat, and then do it, right? That's kind of what I'm doing right now. I had a plan. I was going to talk about the retard maxing and the smart student versus the dumb student kind of thing, and then this water and sun dynamic with the hitting the sun and that kind of stuff. I had a plan to start with, an outline for this video, and now I'm just saying whatever because I'm out of my plan. Now, back to the question at the beginning. How can you make a retard maxing video for pretty much everything? It's because you can apply it to everything. Everything in life. Every success you can make, you can do it by retard maxing. Right? Let's give some more examples that he's probably already given in one of his videos. Girls. If you walk up to enough girls and talk to enough girls, eventually you're going to find one. Right? The 3 out of 10 guy, if he goes to the bar every night or he walks on a college campus every day, if he's 25 or something, and he talks to a girl every single time or multiple girls every single time, eventually he's going to get one. Right? But then if you take the 10 out of 10 guy or 9 out of 10 guy or whatever, just high on the scale guy, and he's just going to the gym, he's not talking to any girls, he's just going about his day, he's probably not going to find a girl because he's not talking to any of them. And you can still find one. One might walk up to you, but the 3 out of 10 guy that talks to a girl every single day will get a girl quicker than the other guy. The 3 out of 10 guy is retard maxing. The 10 out of 10 guy is thinking too much. Boom. Voila. Hopefully you get what I was saying and you can apply this to your life as well and apply it to yesterday's video as well. You should watch yesterday's video. It applies to that too. If you think too much when you just show up, you're probably going to end up not showing up anymore at some point because you thought too much and then you just didn't do it because you're like, oh, it's too much, it's blah, blah, blah. If I thought too much about this video, I probably never would have gotten to recording it. If I thought too much about yesterday's video, which I almost did, I probably wouldn't have recorded it. I retard maxed just enough. You want to do it, you preferably want to have an equal amount of both, but I'm working on that, right? You should be working on it too. Now, I'm going to give you an actionable step you can do today, right? Hopefully you've started showing up to something just like I've started showing up to recording a video every day. Apply retard maxing to it. Don't think too much about it, right? Retard max and just show up. And remember that the path to heaven feels like hell and the path to hell feels like heaven. I love you, bro. Have a good day. Just show up. Retard max.